dating is the craziest thing. Like, there's so
Okay,
many
had to
different
delete a
characters for one
video,
different
but
thing.
we're back.
Like, it's crazy.
Don't put this tattooed baddie through hell.
You watch Family Guy?
I love Family Guy.
Yikes. Oh, that's crazy.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
We switched looks. I literally took the wig off of Trisha Paytas' head, which some would kill for, and I'm aware of
To
it.
be fair, I kind of threw it on the counter, and then you're like, oh, this wig, and I was like, yeah, wear
Yeah,
it.
I just want to be like you. I wanted to see.
You look cute.
I'm getting brutally harassed in my comments, so I'm trying to just try a brunette moment when it comes to me.
I love this look on you. You look so good.
And it's so funny because I was like, I love this on you. You look so good. And you were like, no, I just want to be blonde. I hate how I feel right now. And I like, even just seeing it in my peripheral is like triggering.
You look like a completely different person, and you thought maybe you'd be giving different advice based on how you feel right now.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking that with this wig on, I do feel like an alter ego. So I feel like I'm going to give advice differently.
A little bit.
Because I had really long brown hair in high school, and I was insane. And
so you're
so
channel high school Tana.
Yeah, I'm going to channel fat Tana today. All thanks to Trisha for sharing with me.
I love it. Well, speaking of fat Tana, did you see Jonas Con happened?
Jonas Con?
Yeah, over the weekend. People were comparing it to TanaCon. Spill Sash, I told you, was on my podcast, and she was telling me about this.
Jonas Brothers Con?
Yeah. They had a Jonas Con that was free in a mall in New Jersey.
Okay.
And, you know, they were...
Where?
In New Jersey at a mall, and it was like, they had like 3 different stages. There was like a Shrek water park that they were performing at, and some people were complaining because some people got scammed. Some people had to buy the tickets for $200 to get VIP.
Okay.
But they were just like, with the regular crowd, they were just getting GA. The GA was just free. Like, you just show up for free. And they were all like, and then some people said like the food wasn't good, but then some people thought it was camp. They're like, okay, it's kind of like cute because it's like the Jonas Brothers' favorite food. The special guests were like Frankie Jonas. And like, okay, well, we thought. And then they said Camp Rock reunion, but there was no Demi Lovato, so they're like, well, okay.
Do they just have like side characters from Camp Rock? That's funny. That's some TanaCon.
And the Jonas Brothers were there. They did perform, so
I
they
guess
gave that.
Theoretically, all Jonas Con really needs is the Jonas Brothers to be there to be not fraudulent.
Well, you were TanaCon, and you were there.
I guess when you put it that way. You know, you're right, because TanaCon was fraudulent, and I'm Tana, and I was there.
Was it fraudulent or just not organized? Like, people were trying to get in, you just didn't have the right capacity. You didn't expect the capacity.
Yeah, fraudulent, I guess, would imply that, like, I knew it was going to go poorly, and, like, knew it was going, and that's not the case.
Like Firefest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Can you look up what mall Jonas Con was at? Because
yeah.
Okay, so I've been to this mall a lot because I know the owner of it.
What?
Shout out Yona. And like we would get really hammered in New York City and then drive there at night, and I'd be like f***ed up, okay? And running through this mall, and it'd be like closed, and we go to the water park at like 3 in the morning. And so it's a huge mall.
At 3 in the morning, you're going to like the Shrek water park?
Yes, like not even kidding. Multiple times in my life have I been to this mall at like 3 in the morning, up, and yeah, the guy, I wanted to date him. I was like, oh, he's gonna be my husband because he's cute, and he's got it like that. You know, it's his mall. You know, and it's kind of wild.
That's actually, they should have TanaCon too there.
Yeah, I could. Wow, I never thought of that at the time. I could have been like, hey, let's have a convention here.
I can't believe you see Jonas Con on TikTok. That's crazy.
No, I'm on like really weird sides of TikTok. I'm really on Haley TikTok. I'm really on, what else? Always some fraudulent, like now I'm just saying fraudulent. I think it's the hair. That's my word of the day. Like bad parent TikTok.
Oh,
Have you been seeing that trend right now where this isn't bad parents, it's just cute, but where
I don't know how I feel about it, but like I said, we're gonna trust the process.
And you guys would all have
I'm gonna
a plate,
continue
and then another plate's covering the plate, okay?
To
and then you would
cashew.
take the first lid off of the plate, right? And
Oh
you
my gosh.
would have 2 cookies, and Malibu would have 2 cookies, you would have 1 cookie, and then Moses would have no cookies. And then you would see if Malibu would share. You see, and it's people seeing if their kids would give, and some kids are like, oh, Dad, you don't have a cookie, here you go, and other kids are like, sorry. And it's like funny to see.
That's like so mean to do to your kids though, because it's like they're still learning about
Okay,
sharing.
I think
That's
these
so
colors
mean to be like,
way better
wow, you're
together
a bad
than this
kid, you
blue.
didn't share.
They don't like shame them. It's more like the parents kind of being like, we're bad parents because they didn't innately
But
share.
that's like embarrassing unto itself.
Shame
It's all like,
or
also like,
judge
what?
the
This kid is
flowers.
probably like, I'm 3. Why are
And
you
I
showing
wanted
me that I
2
don't know how to
cookies.
share? Yeah.
fucking commercials. It's like literally.
I kind of hate that kind of stuff. Mel would share. She loves to share everything. Like she will she just wants you to eat her food. She's just like, you eat this food. She like loves sharing. Aww. But it's like it is one of those things where it's like you kind of don't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we just have really good kids, so we don't have to teach them. But like they kind of just know. Like they kind of just do it.
But yeah, you might just have like really. Your kids are perfect.
Yeah.
They're just born perfect. I think.
But no, but then she watches some like bad kids on iPads. Like we had to switch to YouTube Kids because like she was watching these kids and they would like push each other. So she was like getting some like she would do this a lot and like she would, and I was like, where is she getting this? So like you do see it, but she watches Coco Melon and Coco Melon loves to share. It's like they have sharing songs and stuff. So I guess you just sharing is caring.
She is like just such a sweetie too.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna have maybe bad kids.
Why would you say that? That's so not true.
You know how like
oof, there is like a different. I don't know about that, but yeah, like right, like growing up really rich, and I really don't know. Nature versus nurture. Are kids just born good, or is wicked thrust upon them? I'm not sure. But
wow, that was like I loved his wicked thrust upon.
Well, that's from the Wicked movie.
But it was so you used it so poetically.
I love that you haven't seen it too, so you're like, wow, that was so good. I was like, thanks.
Yeah, like to me that just came from you. Nature versus nurture is like a crazy concept. I don't know what I'll ever. I think a lot of it. I don't know.
I don't know either because like would people like assume you'd be like a bad kid because like your parents were there but you turned out really good, so it's like
I was a bad kid though. Like I was a really bad kid.
Do you think it's because of your parents or do you think you were like born that way?
Yeah, well I think it's because I think I was seeking attention that I wasn't getting, and I think that rules, authority, morals, all of those things were not instilled into me. I learned a lot of those things even just way later in life. At like 18 and 19 I was still kind of learning things that I think people were learning much younger.
Yeah, so it's just like your upbringing.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. So yeah, I think
so more so nurture, I guess.
I think so too, but like sharing is an interesting one. Like how do you teach someone to share?
And there is a lot of if the kids are on the right side of the internet, I presume that they are learning a lot as well. If like the iPad kids are learning a lot. It's so funny. Makoa is so anti iPad child. So I'm talking so anti like electronics, and I'm like, babe, if that kid's crying for the iPad, honey, you're gonna have to fight me.
Yeah, that's no, absolutely not. I know. I don't care if you don't give your kids screen time, but it's crazy when people care so much if you do give your kids screen time. I'll see a mom on TikTok be like, my 3 kids, they know how to eat at a restaurant, and they're like 10 and 12. Of course they do, but like my little like 10-month-old, if she's teething, she wants to watch some dancing fruit bop around. I'm gonna let her do it because she wants to calm herself. Like that is like a crazy
I think it's because he just even just in the day, like if we have like a Sunday off, Makoa's like, do you want to go out in the yard and like play this and this, and I'm like, no, like I'm like I want to rot on the couch and watch something, and then I'll have to like get myself out there, and I'm still like forcing myself to do it, and like I see why it's better, like it's you know what I mean. I appreciate his outlook, but
I have a strong argument against it where I think like screen like Malibu's still very creative. In fact, she sees more because we talked about this yesterday on Hot Topics. Like Mr. Kate, do you know her? She did like all the YouTubers like makeover rooms.
Yes.
I guess she said like 0 screen time. Her son's like 4 and like never saw an iPad or TV in his life. And her argument was like, he's more creative because he has his own thoughts. Then I was like, well, where did those thoughts come from? Like when I grew up watching TV, I was getting all my thoughts from TV, and then it was like spawning all these other imagination things. So again, I don't give a if like your kid you don't want to give your kid screen time, fine, good, I love that for you. But also it's like I think they're like
also like cultural divide. Like if you don't show your kids any electronic anything and then thrust them into this electronic driven world, I can't imagine what school is going to be like by the time I have kids that are in school. I assume everything is going to be like, and even just for their jobs and growing up, they're going to have to know how to use AI and all these things because that's what the world runs off of.
McDonald's now, you like place your own order on the screen. They're gonna be like, "What's the screen?"
I hate that.
Yeah. It's annoying, but
I know.
But everything is
not
electronic
for
now,
red.
and
Pink,
I don't know.
whatever.
People are like so against it. Also, I'm just like, okay, like
I know. I know. And Makoa and I couldn't see more not eye to eye on that. But he also has way younger siblings that are like 11, 12, and like probably like 8. And I notice even when he's like watching them and stuff, like they'll want to go on their screens for 24 hours. And so I think it's just like he gets he's like, no, you need to see the outside world. And
I guess if they're like on it all the time, that's like, okay, get out.
Yeah.
For sure. But I don't know. With parenting, they just, I don't know, do what you want as long as you keep them healthy.
Yeah, I too, because I'll be like, hey, let's watch this on the iPad, and then McCullough will go throw a ball or whatever with them.
Yeah. That is a good balance. Yeah, Moses loves doing stuff with them, but he's also like. So when they want some more aloha, some more ohana. At night they want an iPad, I watch an iPad, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
I got 5 minutes left.
You put it so well. Like if they're at the restaurant and need something to calm down and focus on, like it can be like useful as well.
Also, with like 2 or 3. I mean, we've been taking Malibu out since she was like literally 1 week old to restaurants, and like sometimes she's fine, sometimes she's not. You don't know. Sometimes you're bored and you're like, okay, I don't want like they don't talk and have a conversation with you. Oh, Robert De Niro watches Miss Rachel, so if he's doing that with his little kid, we all can do it.
Right. I still can't believe that he's just like 80.
80 with his 1-year-old.
Yeah.
I should be friends with them. Maybe they want to come to Aldous' birthday. She's turning 30.
That would be. And why? Why is Robert De Niro kind of a name if you have a boy? Like Robert De Niro paid his Hackman. What if you just named your kid like somebody else's name?
Now you're giving me Jeff vibes. Like the whole podcast in his mind was just all about Robert De Niro. What's your Robert De Niro movie? I'm like, I don't know.
Wait, really?
He was like obsessed with Robert De Niro.
I never let. Honestly, poor Jeff. Our friendship's so one-sided. I never let him talk to me about his interests. He'll be like Scarface this, Scarface that, Joker this. I'm like, nah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, he wanted to talk about like gangster films. I'm like, honestly, I've never seen any of these. I don't know.
With you? That's what he wanted
to. We're talking about a Taxi Driver and Cape Fear, and I'm just like, oh, okay, Raging Bull.
No way.
I've seen all of them because I was a pick-me. I had a teacher that I was like in love with that like loved Robert De Niro, so he'd like give me all these Robert De Niro movies. So I like against my will know this stuff, but I also don't want to talk about it now while I'm like have free will at 35 or 36, however old I am. On a podcast. I was like, that's crazy.
I have just not. I really have not seen any classic movies. I've seen some, but like I just never grew up watching them. So now it's like I have to play this constant game of catch up. I've never seen Titanic. I've never seen.
That's crazy. I don't even love Titanic, but I feel like you should see it.
Romeo and Juliet. I've never seen.
Ooh, the Leonardo DiCaprio one's good.
Really?
Watch that one.
Yeah, I've never seen all of those movies. I need to like do that, and then it's like the things that I do watch are just. You know, like how many episodes of Family Guy can I intake? It's like watch a movie. I love Family Guy.
That's crazy. That's like a red flag.
And you know what's funny? Because with a guy, usually the guys who love Family Guy are so red flag. But then here I am thinking like I'm a girl. It's so camp.
Yeah, that's like it's cuter. But oh my god, someone was like, let's watch Family Guy. I'm like, get out.
And I love it. I love Seth MacFarlane.